I'm so relaxed, I can't even put the curly fries on an imaginary roast beef sandwich.
I'm so relaxed, I can't even move my tongue.
I'm so relaxed, I can't even think of a single question about anything in the whole wide... What's going on? I'm getting calls from all over the world.
Floods are wrecking our town. On one side of us, the river is rising, and on the other side, the Bering Sea is rising. Do we all have to move?
Our home is disappearing. Our old colony lived on the ice over there. But, as you can see, that's not ice over there now. It's water. If the same thing happens here, where will we go?
My eggs are dying. I lay them in the beach sand, but when that sand is underwater for too long, they won't hatch. So how is my species supposed to survive? Tell me that.
Our food is being destroyed. We eat rice for every meal, every day, but salt water is flooding the fields and killing the plants. What are we going to eat?
Okay, first impressions. Seems like everybody's got a couple things in common. One, they're all near the ocean.
And the second thing?
In all of those places, the level of the ocean is rising.
It's probably just high tide. Happens every day. Perfectly normal. Now, can we please go back to our vacation?
I'm not so sure. Here's me on this exact same beach 15 years ago. Notice anything different?
I'm guessing they didn't move the motel?
Look how much fun you were having, Mosa. Let's hang out, relive your childhood. Okay, fine. I see the water level rose.
Anecdotal evidence? Check. Photographic evidence? Check.
Now we need some hard data. Are the oceans actually rising?
Well, sea levels were pretty stable for 2,000 years. But then sometime around the turn of the 20th century, they started to rise.
Between 1900 and 1990, they rose between 1.2 millimeters and 1.7 millimeters.
Wait, did you say millimeter? That's as thin as a pencil line. That's nothing.
But look, in 2000, they rose 3.2 millimeters. And since then, they've been rising at a faster and faster pace. 75 millimeters in the past 25 years.
Care to predict how much they'll rise by 2100? Anywhere from 20 centimeters higher to 200 centimeters higher.
I need gills, pronto.
Which means animal habitats and millions of people's homes, cities even, all will be underwater. Help me eat this pie!
Just 30 centimeters higher and I'll be safe.
This is not happening. This is not happening.
It is happening. But how can we stop it? First, we need to figure out why the oceans are rising.
Yes, that's a much better idea.
Over the past 10 years, that glacier in the mountain has been melting a lot. Melting from ice into water, which flows into rivers and eventually into the ocean.
More water in the oceans means the oceans rise. Of course.
If everything's melting, how come I'm freezing?
I think you may be underdressed.
Almost thought. Hit me again.
So the oceans are rising just because of melting ice?
Actually, there's another reason, too. You can try this at home, but not too hot.
Ooh, are we making windshield wiper fluid? That's the secret to my shiny fur. Don't tell anyone.
When you warm the water up, it rose.
Because when water gets warmer, it expands.
So the oceans are rising because all over the world, ice is melting. And because water gets warmer and expands.
You're quick for a lower 48er.
But what's heating the water and ice up?
I think you'll find the answer somewhere in here.
That's not raw data, is it? Our last expert did all the number crunching for us.
Actually, I think we've got this. Average global temperatures on our y-axis and year on our x-axis.
I love graphing. If I didn't have my cream cheese pottery class, I'd graph all day long.
Billy, data.
Since 1880, the average global temperature on Earth has increased by about 0.8 degrees.
So, in about 100 years, the average temperature rose a little less than a single degree? Excuse me while I go back to sleep.
Ha 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 ha! That's so funny. And you're totally right. There's nothing at all to worry about. We're all just being silly, losing our heads over one tiny degree. Ha ha ha!
I don't think she's really laughing.
Try this on for size. During the Ice Age, when the entire northeast United States was covered by ice more than 3,000 feet thick, how much colder do you think it was than it is now?
I don't know. 50 degrees? 100?
How about 5? Little less than you thought, right? Today, it's only 5 degrees warmer than it was during the Ice Age.
Which means a 1 degree change is, well, ginormous.
Okay, I'm officially done with denial, and I'm sorry it took me so long.
Trying to stay upbeat for the kids, Mosa, but I'm super tired. How far do I have to swim to reach solid land?
No, I'm not taking a bath. I'm in my car, on the freeway, trying to get home.
Any progress, Mosa? Because it's storm season and the water from a hurricane just erased our entire island.
We're making progress, but not quite there yet. So the air is getting warmer, and that's what's warming up the oceans, which means we need to look at the air. Is that by any chance a weather blimp?
Sure is, but I've been barred by federal injunction from flying it. So you're on your own.
I feel like in the end we really connected. Maybe I should stay down there with you.
Nice try, Sloth.
Whoa! Is it me or the altitude? Anybody else seeing the air? And the higher we go, the more I'm seeing a lot of the same kind of air.
Those are molecules, Billy. Looks like a little methane, a little nitrous oxide, but mostly carbon dioxide.
That's what we breathe out, right?
Apparently, they're known together as greenhouse gases. And here's how they work. The sun's heat hits the earth, and some of it bounces back out. But the greenhouse gases hold it in.
This is reminding me of something.
And look what would happen if there were no greenhouse gases. All that reflected heat would just go right back out into space. And the earth would, freeze.
So, greenhouse gases are our friend?
Great. Now I'm cold.
Except, looks like the amount of greenhouse gases has been going way up since around the turn of the 20th century.
Which is why there are so many of them up there now.
Any part of what I just said sound familiar to anybody? That's the third thing that's been rising since the turn of the 20th century. Something back then must have changed. Cities have gotten way bigger. There's a lot more industry, a lot more agriculture, and we're using more electricity. And a whole lot more cars, planes, ships, trucks, and trains for transportation. What do all those things have in common? They all use gas, coal, or oil. Fossil fuels, which are made of carbon. And when those fossil fuels burn, they create carbon dioxide.
CO2, the most common greenhouse gas.
Oh, I think I'm getting it. I think I know why the atmosphere is getting warmer.
Wait, what? Just slow down, Mosa. I'm only a squirrel.
Okay, it's like...
Blanket on, I'm too hot. Blanket off, I'm cold. Why can't there be something in between?
Exactly, Dulles. That's it. The atmosphere is getting warmer, and now we can figure out what to do about it. Because we know why it's happening.